excited to get to know Tracey today, so I appreciate you coming on the show. You spent 2 years in engineering and you switched out to history. What happened there?
Well, I guess engineering wasn't all cracked up. I thought it was all cracked up to be. It turns out you have to study. You have to go to class. So I went into college very engineer, science, math based, and I exited college very liberal arts based. I graduated with a degree in history. I started doing some post-grad work for journalism, and then that's actually how I landed into roofing, because I was taking a break from school and ended up taking a job to pass the time, as they say, and I just stuck. And 16, 17 years later, still here.
What was your early sort of job going into roofing?
When I was first hired at Capo's company here in Dallas, Texas, the only roofing I had done was, shingle roofing and residential stuff for my dad and my uncle, because they both had properties that I helped them maintain. They needed some younger people in the company, and she said, if you don't like it, you can leave. You need something to do, so here's something to do. Always grew up fixing stuff. Always grew up working at a hardware store. Got my first paycheck job the day after my 14th birthday in Iowa at a hardware store. So I was very mechanically minded. Took the job, and they started me off in the service department. I never left the service department. It fits so well.
What's a moment that you solved a huge problem or had your best day? What's the memorable highlights do you remember, working there and working out in the field?
So definitely when I was young at Capo's, I was in the office. I had progressed in the office. I was scheduling crews, and I was also estimating some work and stuff like that, because at that time, I think we probably only had maybe 6 or 7 crews. So scheduling wasn't definitely a full-time job. So I had my own accounts and stuff like that. And I remember the first big account I landed, it was the Citibank account for what I thought was the DFW Metroplex. And at that time, Citibank had a lot of locations in the DFW Metroplex. Quickly turned out to be, it was pretty much Citibank for the entire state of Texas. Because this client, who I can now call a friend, she had been burned by several roofers, and she was looking for a good quality contact, and you can't re-roof a Citibank every 2 years. And I can still remember where I was at when I got the email saying, "You're my guy, everything goes to you now." It was fantastic. And I grew with that customer through, and this is how we grow through service. We make relationship contacts, right? And that's how we grow our service. We grow it organically. People are going to be building buildings, and people are going to need real estate offices and property management companies for some time. We're never going to stop building buildings. So if we can make contact with people, right, that can help us grow just amazingly.
That was your best day or best moment. What's been your worst or your toughest?
So I had a friendly company coming down from Kansas City, a guy now who is one of my best friends in the roofing world. And he was coming to tour us for a few days. They really wanted to grow their service department, and this is the first time I'd ever met him. Listen, we're sitting there talking for a good hour, probably after I got the crews out and talking stuff like that. I took a phone call, and they said, there's a fire at the hospital you guys are working at downtown. You got to get downtown right away. So here I am in this teacher role. So by the time I get down there, there are helicopters in the sky, and I'm meeting, at the time, our vice president of operations. Me and him are meeting down there, and it was just a real learning moment to show that it's construction, crap happens, right? And no matter how much we plan, something can go wrong. That one especially, because of just what I was supposed to be doing that day, and then what happened that day. Luckily, no one was hurt. Good stuff like that. And luckily, insurance took care of everything. And, it was definitely a learning moment for sure.
There's some people that are interested or possibly interested in the roofing industry that don't know much about it. For those people, Tracey, what do you tell them?
I tell them there's futures to be had. There's money to be made. It's about taking care of people, doing what we said we're going to do. If that's the only goal we have, we're going to win. Do what we say we're going to do, because that's going to be good business.